We ready? Yeah. You guys ready? Yeah. Excellent. So first of all, thanks for coming. Not because it's good to see you all here, which it is, obviously, but I put a tweet out earlier, and it would have been really embarrassing if I'd said, hey, our session's sold out, and no one had come. So thank you very much for that. My name's Rob York. I'm a program manager on the SCCM team, and I have...
With no mic. Ah, there it is. I'm Dune DeZormo, also program manager on the Configuration Manager team.
And we have a plethora of our colleagues down on the front who we're going to kind of round robin for a bunch of different features as we go through our session today. So I'm sure you're all aware you're here for the What's New in System Center Configuration Manager.
Yeah, not, as it happens, CM Trace for newbies. That was in the next room. We saw a long line there as well.
That didn't go down well.
Didn't land well. That's okay.
Turn your mic off. Excellent. OK, so before we get started, I just wanted to run through what we call our product themes, something we used to include at the beginning of all our decks. I really appreciate it when I was in the field. It really is the distilled roadmap that we have as far as Configuration Manager goes. Every single feature we have, every single change that we ship will fit into one of these, or more than one of these themes in some way, shape, or form. And they transcend not just release to release, but they bridge multiple years. So these themes have remained relatively unchanged for 18 months, probably longer. So the 4 themes that we work to today are cloud value, how you can use the Microsoft 365 cloud to provide additional value to your existing SCCM infrastructure. And we'll talk about a couple of the changes and the improvements that we're making in that space. We have get current, stay current. So the crucial bit of getting onto Windows 10, getting onto Office 365. But as I'm sure everyone in this room knows, that's part of the battle. It's then staying current and moving forward as those products release their improvements on their cadence. Simplification is our third one, and this is one I feel quite strongly about. I don't think that SCCM should be that complex. Admittedly, I've made a career on it being complex, but I don't think that it should be that complex. So the simplification falls into a number of different mechanisms. It might be simplification through infrastructure reduction. It might be simplification through meaning you only have to press next twice in a wizard rather than 10 times. Or it might be for your end users, making things simpler for your end users and making things easier for them to receive the updates and so that you can work with your users rather than this constant battle of fighting against your users. Controversial, I know, but try it. It might work. And then finally, the customer voice. You guys and the 70,000 customers that we have running SCCM Current Branch today, we love your feedback. And we'll talk about some of the changes that have come from customer feedback in various ways, shapes, or form.
Yeah. We've got a packed agenda. We're gonna explore each of these themes, and for each theme, we'll have kind of a feature that we'll go deeper into, do some demos, and we're also gonna highlight a broad spectrum of different work that's been going on in the product since last year's Ignite. We're gonna have, so Rob first is gonna speak a little bit about co-management and cloud value and how you can connect your on-prem infrastructure to the cloud and add value that way. I'm going to speak about get current and stay current, talk a little bit more about desktop analytics, which everybody's really excited about. Heard Brad talk about that just 30 minutes ago. And then we're going to have, we also have Karen up here to talk a little bit about site server high availability. We'll have Jeffrey from our PM team up here as well to speak about how SMS no longer stands for slow-moving software. And we're now able to take real-time action and do some really cool stuff to make life simpler inside the product. And finally, we'll have Avi Prasad up here to speak a little bit about how we're still listening all the time and trying to really incorporate all the wonderful feedback we get from you guys every day.
Excellent. So as Dune says, I'm going to kick off and talk about Configuration Manager and the cloud. In SCCM, we believe that attaching the Microsoft 365 cloud to your existing SCCM environment allows you to extend and empower the capabilities that you have of your existing SCCM environment and bring in all of the various different benefits and features that we have, not just in Intune, but also in the wider EMS and Microsoft 365 stack, but also through additions of our cloud service integration that we have with Microsoft Azure, for example. As you can see, when you have your existing on-premise SCCM environment, you get that set of features that you've been used to for 10, 15 years. By cloud attaching and benefiting from the cloud cadence that we have within Configuration Manager Current Branch, and also by attaching your environment to the Microsoft Intune, you can start to benefit from all of the security and other feature sets that we have within Intune to provide additional security for things like conditional access and Windows Hello for Business and health attestation. You can bring those cloud features and those cloud products into your on-premise environment and shore up your existing on-prem environment. And then there's also the cloud only, where you have cloud managed by Microsoft Intune, and you benefit from all of those features already. In SCCM 1806, we've shipped a number of additional co-management capabilities within SCCM. The first one is Office Click to Run Apps. So within Configuration Manager, you can now move that workload over to Intune and deploy and manage Office from Microsoft Intune. We also have a pre-release feature of mobile apps. What this allows you to do is it allows you to start deploying applications from Intune while also continuing to manage your applications from SCCM. If you start to have that dual management, applications from Configuration Manager will continue to show up in Software Center. The ones that you begin to push from Intune will show up in the company portal. And finally, we've added device configuration. And this, along with the mobile apps, is slightly different to all of the other workloads that we have as co-managed capabilities. In the other workloads, once you move that workload over to Intune, Intune becomes the management authority for that workload. So you start your administration only from Intune. For the mobile apps and the device configuration, you get that flexibility of being able to manage from both consoles so that you can, again, applications are a big investment that most organizations have, and they can continue to manage their applications from Configuration Manager while maybe pushing out some of their more cloud-based applications from Microsoft Intune. Similarly, for the device configuration, you can specify that specific device configuration baselines continue to be evaluated on co-managed devices. So we'll continue to remediate and we'll continue to check for particular settings that you've configured in those baselines, whilst being able to benefit from all of the native CSP-based policies that Microsoft Intune provides. On top of the workloads that you can move to Intune, we also have a number of features that you can instantly benefit from when you enable co-management in your environment. So these are feature sets or cloud-specific features specifically that you can begin to start to use on your co-managed devices. So the first one is Intune Remote Actions. As soon as you enable co-management in SCCM, you benefit from those remote actions available in the Intune portal. So in this scenario, a device has been lost or stolen, the user rings the help desk, and the admin can go into the Intune portal, and they can specify that the device is to be wiped, thus securing the device even further. It was already BitLocked, it was already the data was synced into OneDrive for Business, but just to make sure we can go into the Microsoft Intune portal and we can wipe that device. And if that device happens to come online or if someone tries to boot it up, as soon as it touches the internet, Intune's going to reach out and wipe that device, and that's the experience that the would-be thief sees. And we get the confirmation through the portal once that wipe's taken place, so we can see that the wipe was successful. In 1806, we also added Configuration Manager client health reporting into the Intune portal. So Intune is able to surface up client agent-specific information about Config Manager on the device, as long as Config Manager is running 1806 or above. So you can see here that the device is healthy. There's a number of other states that device could be showing. So it could be showing as healthy. We could also show if the installation failed, if the upgrade failed, if the installation succeeded but it's still not assigned to a site. So giving you additional insight into your Config Manager estate that you wouldn't necessarily get without the co-management capabilities. We also added a fairly big but relatively minor change from our side. We had a number of customers that were asking for multi-tenancy of co-management. So a fairly common scenario of a customer having multiple SCCM environments for dev and test and prod, but having a single identity and Intune tenant in the cloud. Previously, we didn't support that capability. Starting in 1806, you can connect multiple SCCM environments to a single Intune tenant.
It's actually a very good idea to have that kind of split, so it makes sense that we support it now.
Another cloud attached value that we can offer in SCCM is through the likes of our Azure cloud services. So we have Cloud Management Gateway and Cloud Distribution Point. And before we go on to talk about the changes that we added in 1806, I'm just going to have a quick refresher on the Cloud Distribution Point architecture, mainly because there's a common misconception about how the Cloud Distribution Point works. So I just thought it was crucial to call that out. So in my scenario, I've got my admin set at the console, and they're creating a package, MSI package. And as part of their creation and deployment, they decide that they want to make that content available on the Cloud Distribution Point. So the content gets uploaded, and crucially, that content is placed into Azure Blob Storage. That'll be important later. We then have a client that's sat out on the internet talking over CMG. For how the Cloud Distribution Point works, it's not actually necessary that the client is talking to CMG. It just happens to be doing so in this demo. It could be talking to an on-prem or an internet-based client management point. The client goes off to the CMG to request the content location for the content that it needs to install. The CMG then returns the list of the content locations, which in this case is the Cloud Distribution Point. At this point, the client, as you'd expect, goes off to the Cloud Distribution Point. All of this is fairly standard content lookup behavior. However, when the client gets a response from the Cloud Distribution Point, it is not the content that it requested. So the content is not coming directly from the Cloud Distribution Point. Rather, the client is returned a URL and an access token to go and retrieve that content directly from Azure Blob Storage. Because of this architecture, it means that Cloud Distribution Point is insanely scalable. Our perf team, and Remy in particular, is not a very easy gentleman to impress, but he has said he can't break Cloud Distribution Point in his test labs because all the VM that sits at the front of the Cloud Distribution Point is doing is providing the access locations for that content. The content is coming from Azure. Azure's quite big. It can handle you having 10,000 clients requesting content over the course of a week. So the content then comes from the Azure Blob Storage itself. In 1806, we added a functionality so that the CMG, the Cloud Management Gateway, can function as the Cloud Distribution Point. And this acts exactly the same as that architecture that I've just described. The CMG is just the front end to that Azure Blob Storage. Crucially, this reduces the admin effort for you to deploy cloud services in SCCM, reduces the number of certificates that you need, and it also reduces the cost of running those cloud services by a fairly negligible amount, but $100 is $100. So there is an uptick of reducing your infrastructure costs in Azure. Relatively easy to implement. If you already have a CMG today, you can go into the properties of that Cloud Management Gateway, tick the box, and we'll go and provision that Cloud Management Gateway as a cloud distribution point. Equally, if you've not got the CMG and you want to deploy one, it's just another tick box on the deployment wizard. So as you can see, the architecture is the same. The content is coming from the Azure Blob Storage directly. Another feature we added in 1806 is what we call enhanced HTTP. So over the past couple of releases, we've made iterative and fairly significant improvements to both Cloud Management Gateway and also our Azure Active Directory authentication integration. Those iterations have meant that there's been a little bit of change along the way as we've moved through and we've added those features. Starting in 1806, we don't require the management point that's connected to the Cloud Management Gateway to be HTTPS. The reason that we previously required the HTTPS is to secure the Azure Active Directory tokens, because they're sensitive bits of data. We didn't want to be passing them around in clear text as part of HTTP. But what enhanced HTTP does is it allows us to pass those secret credentials as SSL, but over HTTP. So the rest of the management point traffic continues to use HTTP, but we'll pass those secure tokens as secured by SSL, which means that you don't need additional on-premise infrastructure, which again simplifies your requirements for setting up Cloud Management Gateway. Again, fairly simple to set up. There's a tick box on the site properties that says use Configuration Manager generated certificates for HTTP site systems. Once you enable that, you've effectively enabled enhanced HTTP. And then to benefit from it, you just need to make sure that your management points are set to HTTP. If you set them to HTTPS, they'll expect a HTTPS certificate. So leave them set to HTTPS, and then you'll be able to enable cloud management gateway traffic. A little quick demo, if I can remember which one we're on. So we've also added the cloud management dashboard. And the cloud management dashboard surfaces up information about all of the various aspects of cloud management in your environment. So in my environment, I have Azure Active Directory onboarded. So I can see how many users I have and the state of their Azure Active Directory onboarding. So the majority of my users are hybrid Azure AD joined. I have a number of Azure AD only, and a very small number, mainly service accounts that aren't enabled, that aren't synchronized into AAD. Equally, I can see the number of devices, and I can also see the number of devices that have been online in the past 30 days. And if I scroll down a little bit further, I can see some CMG-specific statistics. And you can see that over the past 30 days, the number of devices that have been connected to my cloud management gateway has been on the slight uptick, probably related to Ignite Prep. I'm just going to laundry list a couple of other cloud enhancements. There's far too many to have screenshots and demos today. In 1802, we added cloud distribution point site affinity, a small change, but what this means is that if you have a hierarchy and multiple cloud distribution points, clients will receive their site-specific cloud distribution points first, and they'll try those first. We added in-place upgrade support over the cloud management gateway, allowing you to manage both get current and stay current on your internet-based devices, so pushing Windows 10 to those devices regardless of where they are in the world, as long as they've got an internet connection. Cloud-sourced pulled EPs. We're seeing a number of customers start to look at their cheaper, fatter internet pipes in their branch offices as a valid scenario for managing their devices. So previously relying on very small, expensive WAN links, they now have very cheap, fast internet pipes also going into those locations. And they're looking at ways that they can push Config Manager, non-business critical traffic, out over the internet so that they can preserve that expensive, skinny WAN link for the business critical traffic. And cloud source distribution points is one of those ways that they can achieve that. They can have the local infrastructure in the branch distribution point, in the branch office, and then that content can flow from the cloud distribution point over the internet, preserving their WAN link. Starting in 1806, the cloud distribution points just appear in the same way that an on-premise distribution point does when you're specifying the source distribution points. In 1806, for Windows 10 1803 devices, we now have device authentication. So for previous versions of SCCM and previous versions of Windows, the user needed to be logged on in order for Azure Active Directory authentication to succeed. In 1803, Windows 10 and Config Manager 1806, we're able to benefit from device authentication. So mirroring the behavior that you would have for an Active Directory joined machine going back as, well, Windows that's older than me. We also removed the requirement for a trusted root cert on the Cloud Management Gateway. If you're only doing AAD scenarios, there are no client certs for the CMG to trust. They're inherent to the Azure Active Directory registration. So in 1806, we removed that completely unnecessary requirement. Still required if you're using PKI for CMG, but if you're only using AAD authentication, which includes hybrid Azure AD authentication, then you don't need that trusted root cert. In terms of roadmap, we know that there's a number of areas that we've started for operating system deployment over CMG. So we're going to look at how we can expand that, things like download when needed, maybe even Pixie and media support. But we're going to see how far that can go. And then finally, the improving of those cloud-served on-prem scenarios that I talked about with the pool distribution points. Screenshot courtesy of Karim on the front row, the ability to specify on a boundary group to prefer cloud distribution points for that known boundary group. For anyone that's followed any of the modern provisioning things from last Ignite through to this Ignite, you may be familiar with Windows Autopilot. Windows Autopilot is a new modern provisioning scenario that allows you to ship devices directly to users. They boot them, and they go through UBI experience, and they receive an Azure Active Directory joined Intune managed device. And we have a number of customers that have seen those advancements and want to introduce those for their Windows 7 refresh. But the problem there is that Windows 7, it's not possible to pull the hash for the device to pre-register it into Autopilot. And it's also not possible to join a Windows 10 device to Azure Active Directory as part of operating system deployment. So what Autopilot for existing devices allows you to do is to merge the two scenarios. We can use Config Manager and operating system deployment to lay down a signature vanilla image of Windows 10 to effectively create that signature image that you're shipping to your users for new devices. And we can use a Autopilot configuration file to have that device go through the Autopilot experience when it boots after it's been imaged. It does require Windows 10 1809, but starting later this year, you'll be able to do that for your Windows 7 upgrade. Because it's mirroring the signature image approach, there's no data or application maintenance across the Windows 7 to Windows 10. So the intention would be to have OneDrive for Business have backed up the data that the user already had on the device. So you deploy a group policy to redirect those known folders to OneDrive. That means that the data is already in OneDrive ready for that new Windows 10 device. You generate the configuration file, you create the Windows task sequence in Configuration Manager, reformat the device, lay down Windows 10, and the device then boots into the Autopilot experience. There's a number of sessions that we're going to cover Autopilot for existing devices. Shameless plug for my session on Wednesday. Mike Niehaus and Tanvir Ahmed also have full 75-minute Autopilot sessions, one tomorrow, and then part 2 with Tanvir on Wednesday. So if you want to see more about the Autopilot for existing devices scenario, go to one of those sessions. But here's a quick storyboard of how that would flow for the user. So the user starts in Windows 7. They drop into Windows PE. We format and lay down the new Windows 10 image. The device then starts the boot. And it's at that point that the Autopilot experience kicks in. So they don't have to accept the EULA because my profile says that they don't. And they go straight to the region and language settings. You'll see they get the same branded welcome experience that they get for the new devices. They log on. The device joins to Azure Active Directory, enrolled into Intune. For those customers that want to have the co-managed experience, we can push SCCM over Cloud Management Gateway from Intune. So you can go from a Windows 7 Active Directory joined machine all the way through to a Windows 10 Azure Active Directory joined machine managed by Configuration Manager and Intune in a co-managed state.
I know he's a little shy about it, but this is actually a sneak peek at a graphic novel that Rob's working on about Autopilot.
Hollywood 2019, hopefully. OK, that's enough of me for now. So Karim's going to come and talk to you about site server high availability and how that potentially can help you move to Azure.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob. So we shipped the site server high availability, the first version in 1806. Who actually tried it? One person. And he's in the product group. So we shipped, this is a feature actually in 1806, but it's only for standalone hierarchies. So if you have a hierarchy, if you have CAS and primaries, then you can't use it, but we're working on it. So let's just think about why we're doing this. So this has been a very high demand feature. We heard it for a long time, and finally we were able to do it. So because everybody, a lot of customers are actually using Configuration Manager in their workflows and in their mission-critical services. So for them, the high availability for the site server is very important. And we always had OK, have your SQL highly available, put it in a highly available state. But then, again, there's a need for the site server to be highly available too. And also, we want to simplify, like Rob said, we want to simplify the hierarchies. We want to get down to standalone site servers. But when you get a standalone site server, the next question is, how can I make that highly available? So that's the other one. And there's also, this scenario also brings some really interesting, some side benefits. Let's say you want to move to Azure. Let's say you want to have one of your site servers in on-prem and the other one in maybe in Azure, IaaS service. So what you can do is you can literally like put your, it's an active passive kind of an environment. So there's two servers, but one is active, one is passive. And you can create your passive one in Azure and then make that active. Now you moved to Azure. Or you make the active one or the passive one, maybe you want to change your hardware of your site server. You don't have to like do a backup and restore. You can actually create a passive site server on the new hardware or in the new OS, so you don't have to upgrade the OS. And now and make that passive site server active. Now you moved your site server to a new hardware. So there's like some really nice benefits of it as well. So how you do this? I have a whole demo of like how to configure this in Friday 10:30. We have a deep dive session. So please come to that if you want to see this. But but in a very simplified sense, that's how you basically create. You create a new site server as a passive site server, and we recommend that you look at the high availability from end to end. So it's not only the site server, but this is basically the role high availability. Not only site server, but look at the SQL too. So SQL needs to be highly available too. We support like failover clustering, SQL, or our recommendation is SQL always on. You also need to move the library, the content library on the site server to a remote location for this to happen. And we have a way to do that right now in 1806. And other than that, we don't have no dependency on any hardware or clustering or any Windows feature. You don't have to have failover clustering. You don't have to have anything else. And we have some ambitious goals for the future. We want to add a hierarchy support, for example. We want to maybe get to an active way, so you can increase your scale only by staying in standalone with one server. So we want to like maybe have multiple servers. You can only have like one passive right now. So we have some ambitious goals too. So just to show you the architecture a little bit, let's say today you have a standalone site server and you have your roles on it, right? Like you have your site server, you have a service connection point, your maybe MP, and it's connected to a SQL always on availability group, so a SQL. And what first you need to do is you just move the content library to a shared location, and then you just come up with bring a new server, and this server again can be in Azure if you want to, and just install the prerequisites on that server, like the ADK and things like that. And once it's ready, you just go to create a new site system. You select the passive site server, and we basically we create a passive site server on that machine. And what happens is, just wanted to like emphasize here is that when you fail over, what happens is only the role basically fails over. All the other roles stays working on the primary one. So you need to make sure that you have another MP, or all the roles are also highly available. So you still have to have those plans in place. The only limitation in this version, in 1806, is the service connection point, which is basically the connector that we use to update and servicing. And it's actually used for a bunch of cloud services that we use. So that one, if something happens and primary goes down completely, then you need to uninstall that from your hierarchy and install it on the primary. But you can do that when the primary is off. So that's the good thing. So let me just show you a quick demo, 8, I think, of the failover. So what you do is log in. Okay, so in this demo, I have a content library, VM2 and VM1. VM2 is the passive site server. And now in 1806, as you can see, we have the nodes tab here. So you can see one is active, one is passive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make VM2 active. So I promote to active. We have a little warning that starts this process. So what you can do once you start the process is there's a show status option in here. So you go there, and in monitoring, you can see that there's a promoting. It goes to promoting the VM2. And once it's there, you should be able to, why is it grayed out? So I should be able to, I'm sorry guys. So one other thing you can do is you can actually look at the logs. We have a new log called failover cluster manager, failover manager.log. And in there, first we stop the services in VM1, and then we start the services in VM2. And let me see, sorry, not this one, but the promoting one.
You're gonna see a lot of red in failover.log, don't panic.
So let's just refresh. It usually takes, for all of my practices, it took 50 seconds. So let's see, it's gonna take 50 seconds now. So we started 30, okay, good. So it's almost done. Phew. It did take 30 seconds.
Karim is very brave to do this on stage.
Still promoting. So one thing that to pay attention is you need to, in order to refresh, you need to go to another node and come back. It doesn't refresh automatically in here. I think it's done because, yep. Around 50 seconds, right? It felt longer. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Karim.
Thank you, Karim. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit about something that has been a hot topic of the day, as it was just announced in a blog a couple weeks ago and shown for the first time publicly today. You guys saw some UI probably in both of Brad's sessions this morning for something called desktop analytics. And it's something that my team has been working very closely with the desktop analytics team on for a long time. So I'm really excited to share with you guys and to show you what we're thinking about and how we're thinking about integrating this with our management tools. So at a high level, this is something that is an extension of what used to be and still is Windows Analytics. Hands up if you used Windows Analytics. Okay, good. Yeah, a bunch of hands. Windows Analytics is a great solution that allows, basically, is a way for you to make your Windows diagnostic data work for you and help you identify assets, meaning apps and drivers and the like, that could be compatibility problems during an upgrade to a specific version of Windows. So desktop analytics builds on that platform that was, Windows only, and had a pretty constrained user experience instead of features built in the Operations Management Suite portal, and allows you to go quite a bit further than that and do a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to outline here, and I'll do a little demo of end-to-end how we see folks using this. It'll be tightly integrated with our management tool set, with Configuration Manager, and eventually with Intune as well, though I have to have the little roadmap asterisk in there for now. And it will be not only for Windows, but for Office as well. So this is, you can choose whether you want to do an upgrade of just Windows, just Office, or if you want to do both at the same time, which is something that we've heard that many customers will do in a single task sequence, for example. So you pick which products you want to upgrade, and you get full view into Office assets, inclusive of macros, add-ins, applications themselves, and the different components of the Office suite. You get monitoring and diagnosis data that'll tell you, for example, if you start having a whole bunch of application or driver crashes after an upgrade, that can be indicative of some poor user experience that might be having in your environment. Getting insight into that kind of thing can be very, very useful in terms of getting in front of problems before the service call even happens. And hopefully, eventually, we can build automation to make that even stronger. And it can help recommend a pilot. So Brad spoke a little bit about this, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more when we get to the demo on that one. But very exciting feature here, and really a key piece of value that we think folks can get right out of the gate when this is released, that will allow you to make sure that you have coverage your entire estate in terms of hardware, in terms of app diversity, in terms of a whole slew of different things that will help you make sure that what happens in your pilot is the same thing that happens in production, and understand what changes you could make to what your existing pilot might be today to make it better and improve the chances that it's really reliable and indicative of what a real upgrade is going to look like. And then you can use data from that pilot that you know is representative to help fuel an effective and an efficient production rollout. And so that's really what this is all about. Really what the goal here is to help get away from a model like this that we hear all too often when we speak to customers as the old way of doing things, where it was many years and the effort that it took to upgrade Windows or to upgrade Office was massive, and get them to more something that looks like this, where there's less effort, first of all, and it's a little push at a more frequent cadence. So we'd love to see folks upgrading every year, or even more if they're comfortable with that, and to make the process much less painful in terms of the applicability or the app compatibility testing that's necessary, and the amount of time that the actual rollout takes and the time from end to end of that process. So that's really the name of the game and the goal of what this is, and that's why we need to make sure that it's really integrated in our products here. With that, I'm going to jump into a triple demo. And we're going to, instead of having lots of slides here, I'm going to talk through it during the demo. And so hopefully I won't go too fast or run over. I have my handy SCCM lab environment here, running, of course, the latest technical preview from SCCM. Get a tech preview lab if you do not have one. They're fantastic. Gets you an insight into what's happening, lets you try things out before you try them in prod. And what I'm going to do here is hop over to my software library node and show you a cool piece of functionality we've added to our Office 365 client management experience here. Now, what I'm going to show you here is an end-to-end journey of what it would look like to use Configuration Manager and Desktop Analytics and a new product that you guys have hopefully heard about called the Office Customization Tool to upgrade a portion of my environment here that is still running, say, 2013 click to run up to what we've defined as the modern desktop, which, as Brad defined it just like an hour ago, it means Office 365 Pro Plus, right? Very clear. So in order to get there, you need a specific kind of application, and I'll show you what that looks like. So right from the dashboard, first of all, I have an environment here with, you can see, there's already a rollout in process here, so I'm not actually going to create a new deployment here. We're going to look at what the data looks like for this deployment that's already happening. 306 devices, 185 of them or so are already on Pro Plus. I'm going to look at what it looks like to create a new app here. So this is going to be my Office app for my sales organization. I have to specify a content location. This is where we're actually going to download the Office content to the content share, so you don't have to go fish it from some website. I'm going to put it somewhere local. Don't try this at home, kids. And then this is a screen where we used to have a whole bunch of settings here, and those settings would change every single config manager release. And it was getting kind of frustrating for our customers, no doubt, that there was new stuff coming in all the time. And when there was new stuff, sometimes we couldn't even leverage it right away because we had to upgrade Config Manager in order to get that value. And so there's a new feature here that Avi, who's here in the front row, worked on, along with a whole bunch of collaborators from the Office team, to have this experience. First of all, it's just prettier, right? I mean, I'm not going to lie. Second of all, it allows us to be much more agile in terms of what we change in our Office policy. This is actually a website that we go out into and load. And the website serves back policy data that we can plug into our native SCCM application. That's going to do the Office magic under the hood. So if there's a change and new innovation that the Office team is doing, they don't have to wait for us or wait for you guys to upgrade. You don't have to upgrade before you can benefit from that. So really cool. And setting it up is pretty easy. You put in your organization name. I'm putting in Contoso because that's pretty much where I work now. Some basic stuff like architecture. Like we said, Pro Plus. You're going to pick the components you want and add them. You're going to pick a channel. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this. I won't even get into the channels right now. But I'm going to go with semi-annual because that's the one right now that's probably going to be in production for most of our customers. And you get to pick a specific version. And once you've specified a language, you can go ahead and review this guy and submit. And then all those settings that I just specified get piped back into this application under the hood. And that's an application. Oh, there's an important piece that I didn't show you there. And that application can then be rolled out. But most importantly, there's this setting here under upgrades that I wanted to show you. I have to go back and it dumped my product. Here we go. Live demos. What you gonna do? So here under upgrades, you can see that I can check this box that says automatically upgrade 2013 click-to-run based Office products. That is the cash money switch that I wanted to show you guys here for this application, because that's cool functionality that we did not have before, and that's the important piece that I want to show you. It'll also automatically remove prior versions of MSI products. So that's just one example of something that we've been able to add because we have this new experience that allows us to go a little faster with how we integrate with Office. And there we go. I've got my app. I already created it, so I'm going to just bail it up here. Now, I've got my app. Where am I going to deploy it? Well, that's where Desktop Analytics steps in. So this is the Desktop Analytics portal that you guys have seen already in a couple demos today, I believe. And so just like Windows Analytics, what this is doing is helping you use your Windows and Office diagnostic data to help you be able to go faster with Windows and Office. And this is kind of the landing page, just to give you some basic overview of where you're at from a fragmentation perspective. And from here, I can go in and view a list of deployment plans. So deployment plans are like a bundled set of metadata that contain your intent to go and upgrade a specific set of devices. And you can use Config Manager collections to indicate those devices to a specific version of Windows and or Office. And so this kind of metadata is bundled up into a deployment plan, and I've created a deployment plan for this demo called US East Sales Deployment. You'll recall my Office for Sales. And then when I dive in here, you can see my 306 devices are here in my deployment plan. And you can see that there's kind of three phases, if I scroll down here, to how you work through here. You got to prepare. Preparing means going through all the assets, once again, apps, Office apps, and macros and that kind of thing, and mark which ones are important. Most likely everybody has a huge and diverse number of binaries and executables in your organization that are not business critical, and you don't want to have to pick through and validate every time you go through a Windows or Office upgrade. But you can specify really important ones, and you can indicate what the readiness is for those applications if you have done already testing and you're aware whether they work or not. And then based on data that we have on whether those apps are installed and running on devices in your organization, we can then make a statement about whether that device is ready for a specific build of Windows and or Office. So after preparing, you'll get kind of a pilot and production. And so I mentioned there's a cool scenario here with pilot, and so I'll show you that. Basically, what I've got here is 22 devices that are in my pilot today. From experience of talking to customers, many folks have a pilot that's, say, all of IT, and maybe some people down the hall from IT who are within yelling distance if something breaks. And that's okay. That's worked for a really long time. But it doesn't really give you a good picture of what's going on, and in practice it leads to issues during production rollouts and service calls during that time. And so what this does is it allows you to say, okay, well, look, you have 22 devices in your pilot today. We think it would be better if you could add 89, because here's the difference in representation you can get in terms of hardware, apps, Office add-ins, and macros. And if you include these, you get a better statistical representation of what's going on in your environment, and we can feel more confident that the production rollout is going to behave the same way as the pilot rollout. So really cool functionality to help solve a problem that many of our customers have had since the dawn of IT. So very exciting stuff here. Now, if I cut back to Config Manager, you can see that there's the same deployment plan is going to be synced down to Config Manager. And then from here, I can go and take action on it. And this is where the kind of tight integration with Config Manager goes. So for each deployment plan, I have this dashboard, and the dashboard gives me an idea, first of all, of how far along the asset labeling, categorization, and testing process is going from a device perspective. So we envision that there might be one team member who is doing a lot of work in the web portal that I showed you before, and they're working mostly with apps and assets. There's app owners and compatibility folks who work on there. And when we get to the deployment-focused IT team who are in here, and it might be the same person in some cases, which is totally fine. They're focused on devices, and so all the views here are pivoted on devices. And so I've got a set of devices that we knew were already up to date, and I got a set of devices that are ready to upgrade here. And I've got my pilot data that's like in context here. So for pilot and for production, I can see that the readiness breakdown, there's some devices that are blocked because they probably have some application that we marked as critical and was having some kind of problem during testing. And so we said, whoa, we can't upgrade devices that have this installed. Those devices are marked as blocked. And there might be some remediations that we need to take as well. And so we get this readiness breakdown for pilot and for production. Now, the most interesting of those readiness states is ready to upgrade. Ready to upgrade means, hey, if we only target the ready to upgrade devices, we can get in front of a whole bunch of end user pain because we know which devices are going to have problems, and we're deliberately sorting those out of our deployment. So those are interesting collections for us to create and use for deployment later. And at the bottom, we've got deployment progress, which basically just shows you how the actual deployment is going to those devices, whether there's any devices that need attention there. And then from here, in context, I can go and create a phased deployment. So this is where I'll give you a high level on phased deployment while we're here. So phased deployment is an extension to our deployment model in SCCM that we built, purpose-built for integration with desktop analytics and signals that evolve over the course of a deployment. Because in reality, a traditional deployment has an available time and a deadline. And when things go wrong in the middle, then we all have to do this dance where you're trying to delete a deployment, maybe you remove content from a DP, and it's a nightmare. And there's panicking and tears, and it's just not a good time. So what you need is a way to spread that rollout over time so that you can take action in the middle of that deployment when things start to go wrong. And so phased deployment allows you to do that. It also allows you to have sequence control over what's going on. You want your pilot group, and you can use the recommended pilot group from desktop analytics to go first. You have probably a large production group that would go in the middle, and then you might have a group of VIPs, like at Microsoft, you'd have Brad Anderson and Satya. We would maybe want to go last, and so we could do sequencing that way with phased deployment. So you'll notice that when I launch it from this console here, from the dashboard, we pre-populate 2 collections in there. And what those collections say is, well, pilot and production. And we deliberately sort out only devices that are ready to upgrade. So in this way, devices that are ready to upgrade in the pilot will snap in. And then for those of you who are familiar with phased deployment at all, you can specify criteria for what happens when the pilot is finished, or what a definition of pilot success looks like. So I can say that never proceed to production until 80% of my pilot is successful. And if devices that are in my pilot are only devices that are ready to upgrade, then I have additional control based on the readiness plane here as well. So devices snap into pilot, they get upgraded, and you measure how things are going, and you can spread that upgrade over time in a kind of different deadline paradigm that allows you to do this rolling out over a period of time rather than a start time and a deadline. And then if things go well, your production deployment can start. And eventually, we want to also support a way for you to automatically stop things when you get signals that go wrong. So you can imagine signals like that, those health signals that I mentioned about crashes of apps and drivers. If those kind of things start happening after an upgrade on this subset of devices you've already upgraded, then you probably want to stop things. These are the kind of cool things and automation that we're building here. Phased deployment's deliberately designed with this platform of criteria for success and for failure that are general, that we can go and add more over time. And so we started with the most basic one, which is deployment success or failure, and later we want to add more, including a whole bunch of signals we hope to pull from desktop analytics. So purpose-built, like I said.
The great analogy there is that you're moving from a green button deployment, saying next phase, next phase, next phase, to just go, let the phase deployments handle those success and failure criteria, and it will just continue to roll out. It will look for those stop signals so that you don't need to manage the deployment at that micro level.
Yeah, and even just spreading over time adds a huge amount of value because we have, I mean, even if that person who was yelling down the hall from you is still in the pilot collection, you can still make a reactive choice based on hearing that they're having some kind of end user pain and be able to make a change there. And that is it.
Thanks, Stu. And I'm really glad you did the office customization stuff because there was risk we were going to have to bring Avi on twice, and
we wouldn't have
that's
that.
way too much Avi. You've not met him yet. So now we've got Jeffrey who's going to come and talk about run scripts. Spoiler alert.
Right. Thank you. All right. I'm Jeffrey Stewart. I work as a program manager on the SCCM team. And I'm going to talk about real-time actions and then give you a demo. So IT admins operate in a constant changing environment, whether it's devices roaming in and out, or whether it's applications continuing to update and update and update, or it's configurations that tend to drift. So admins, they want to be able to use current data in order to be able to take action. But they don't want to wait 3 more days for the next data policy cycle to fire, and they don't want to have to use stale data from last week. But you can't have every piece of data and every process as a priority 1, or it'll bog down your systems, saturate your network. So that's why we created SCCM real-time actions. And we based it on our separate fast channel architecture. And this doesn't leverage the same policy and inventory cycles as their other framework. The reason we created this was back in SCCM 2012, we were integrating our endpoint protection scenarios, and we needed the admins to be able to quickly look for vulnerabilities and scan, and we couldn't have them have latency in the system. The way that this system works is we have this fast channel architecture which has a client notification system built on it. So when the admin requests action, it sends a request from the server down to the client, which is listening for these client notification. The client then executes that command and returns the result and sends it back up the SCCM state message system, goes back in the database, and in real time, the admin sees a quick remediation or a quick action that's been conducted. The beauty of this is it also works over the internet with our cloud management gateway. So even with the firewall, it works in a secure way, and you can have real-time actions on your internet-facing clients. We've been using this framework for several years now, and it's been tested at scale in enterprises, and it works well. Our recent features, CM Pivot and Run Scripts, are built on top of it, as well as our device present features, many of which you've already been using for a few years. So it began with endpoint protection, being able to trigger scans real time. And it moved into and iterated on SCCM client actions, where you could right-click and request, download computer policy or collect discovery data without having to wait for that next policy cycle. And then in the console, you've probably seen these. We built in this real-time device information so that when a user logs on, you can know right away and see that in the console. If you have a device that's coming in from the internet, it will show you that as well. We also reveal the boundary group information to make sure you're using efficient use of your network, being able to show which management point is assigned to that device. And we also let you know if that device is online, because these real-time actions require the device to be online. And if there's any pesky pending restarts, we let you know about those as well. So admins want to quickly and easily manage their environment in using automation. So a little over a year ago, we introduced our Run Scripts feature. And it essentially enables you to author or import and run PowerShell scripts in SCCM, treating PowerShell scripts like first-class citizens within SCCM. And it brings all that power and versatility of PowerShell with the benefits of the targeting and status reporting of SCCM and being done in a secure way. And because it's using this client notification channel, this framework, it means you get real-time results. So we've also built on top of that, and a few months ago we released the CM Pivot feature, in our 1806 release. And this goes back to the admins wanting to be able to use current data to make decisions and to take actions. And there's a whole treasure trove of configuration and management data in the database. But what we want to do is build it on top of the FAST framework so that you could query the device state in real time, bring that in, and being able to ask business questions, take action. And usually when you ask something, you want to pivot and refine what you learned and get a more precise answer. So this allows you to kind of slice and dice your results, get the precise thing you're looking for with a bias towards action. This isn't just information discovery. It's about finding a precise piece of information you need and then being able to operate on top of that. So I'll give you a demo of some of the new features that are coming in CM Pivot in 1810 in our fall release that are available right now in our 1809 tech preview that you can try out. For example, we've added over 100 new queryable entities that you can query real time. And we've also used historic inventory information that we've augmented to the live data that comes in. So if you do have devices that are offline, you can see those together. So using SCCM current branch in the latest 1806 release, you really get these better together. On the one hand, you get CM Pivot with real-time information discovery, and on the other hand, you get real-time actions with the run scripts. So whether you're running 50,000 clients in a collection or 500,000, you get fast results at scale. So when you're able to query on all your online devices, including over Cloud Management Gateway, you get to use your existing SCCM agent that you already have deployed. You don't need any other software or any other tools. This is all just built in. So let me give you my SMS No More demo. 7. There we go. Mouse. So I'm going to go to the Assets and Compliant node, and I have device collection set up here. If I click on the collection, you'll see up here the run script or also the Start CM Pivot on the ribbon. I'll start CM Pivot. I'll just go ahead and maximize it here so you can see a little better. And when you first open it, you get to see the home page. And on the left, you'll see all these queryable entities. In the 1806 release, we only had about 20, and now we have about over 130. It gives you a nice overview of what the feature is, and as you scroll down, it describes all of the various queryable entities. For example, you can play the hunter scenario and go look for app crashes in real time, find some of the fragility that's in your environment and get rid of it. You can check for BIOS. How many people have checked to make sure that all their BIOS are set for 2018 or higher given the vulnerabilities? Well, this is something you can just query very quickly and know that you're in a good state. We can look for lots and lots of different things. Event logs, certain files, versions and hashes, services running, processes running, whether your SMB config is set up properly, lots and lots of things you can query on. So the query language is based on our Azure Log Analytics data flow model, which people are getting more and more familiar with. And it's pretty straightforward. You actually don't have to know the query language because when you click on the UI, it'll build the query for you. But as you get more familiar with it, you can extend it from there. And it's essentially written as the queryable entity with this pipe character that separates the different operators. And at the bottom of the home page, for easy reference, we have several of the operators that you can look at. We've added some new ones coming in the 1810 release, like rendering, so you can show charts. You can do contains, starts with, counts, etc. And I'll show you those as we go forward. So let me just give you a quick demo of how this works. So I'm going to query on service. And as you can see here, it actually starts to fill out and suggest queries for me as I type. So as I start this is where it sends requests down to all of the clients in my collection. I have about a dozen clients in there. It requests that it runs this query and looks for all the services that are running on all of the devices. And even our largest query only returns about 1K. So if you have 50,000 devices in your collection, you're pulling over about 50 megs back over the network. We have, at the bottom here, it shows you right away the devices that are offline, and then it starts to go green as the device information comes back in real time. So as I scroll down here, you can see all the services that are running on all these devices in the collection. But then I can pivot from there, and I can say, well, let's look and show me all the stopped services, for example. So I'll just click Filter By. And now it only shows stopped services. And as you notice, it went ahead and filled out the query for me. I didn't have to know. I can proceed further. I can show devices with this, and it can pivot down and just show the devices. And as I click back on through, I can move back and forth in this UI and keep pivoting to find just the data that I want. So we're going to be allowing you to save queries coming in 1810, but until then, I got trusty Notepad on the desktop. No passwords in there, don't worry. Yeah, Wally.
Yes.
So I'll paste this query in here and go ahead and run it. And what this is going to query one of the new entities, recently used applications. And you notice it instantly came back. And that's because we're now pulling in inventory data, not just the real-time data. So as the real-time data comes online, you see it goes green here, it will start to make this a darker blue. So now we can overlay historic inventory information with real-time data. And that helps as devices are offline. You can still be able to see the data. So as this go ahead and keeps on pulling in real-time information, I'm going to just show you, I can change the query to a pie chart. Yeah, donuts going to become next, right? User voice item get filed anytime.
You like donuts?
I can put in, say, the top 10 by, and it starts to, as I type here, it just suggests what the query should be. So I can run that and cut it down to the top 10. So as you can see, you can really quickly kind of slice and dice this information, find just the precise piece of information that you're looking for, and then you can run operations on it. So one of the queries that I've heard is very useful for people is being able to find a problematic file. So I have this, is this a bad file or not? Badfile.exe. And in order to be able to tell if it's a bad file or not, I need to be able to pull in the version and the hash for that file, because it may have the same file name as another file that's not problematic. So again, it sends out the query looking for badfile.exe on all of my different devices. And it'll find any of those devices with that file and return that information. And then I'll be able to drill through and look at the properties of the file. As you can see, I've already found the files. And this one here has the version 171. This one has 143. Well, if the 143 was my legacy file that has some kind of crash in or a problem, I could drill through and see which machines that are on. And this is having more of a bias towards action. I can right-click. I can go and run a script to remediate it. I can connect to remote control and update it by hand. I can look at Resource Explorer. So let me show you a message I saw last week that someone tweeted out. My malware protection software only picked up 11 machines is infected by the Emotet malware, while the network team saw over 200 nodes reaching out to known command and control IPs. CM Pivot helped in finding infected machines by searching through services, files, and event logs. Well, I've shown you how to search through the different services and the files. I went ahead and opened up another pivot here as well, showing you how you can query all those devices looking in the event logs. If you think what it took in the past to go search through, this is just so much quicker just to go grab the data, pull it in, look what you're looking for, and find it, and perform an action. So now I want to show you integrating with the Run Scripts feature.
No, we're going to stop.
We're going to stop?
We're going to stop.
OK, run out of time.
Yeah.
So there's CM Pivot, and those are some of the new functionality.
They don't give me an orchestra like they would at the Oscars, so.
So cool, right? So my favorite tidbit on this is that we found the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything, and it is how many simultaneous connections can the Configuration Manager fast channel make to devices, and the answer is 42. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 10 minutes left, and we definitely want Avi on. We only want him on once, but we do definitely want him on. So I'll quickly talk about product feedback in 1806. I talked about the user voice and it being something that's important to us, and that's always been the case. But now in 1806, we have in-console feedback. So you can go into the console, and you can send a smile, you can send a frown. Really, you can tell us what works, and you can tell us what doesn't work. But I'd like to set up a little bit of a conspiracy right here, because you can also use it just to send a message. And we have our architect, Brett, who's sat in Redmond, and I think it'd be funny if everyone in the room, just when they get back, they go into the console, and they just say, hey, Brett, nice suit. Because he's not going to know what the hell is going on when he gets 10, 15, 100 messages all saying, hey, Brett, nice suit.
The hard part is going to be don't tweet about it, because he'll hear about it that way. He needs to hear about it through here.
He's like tweeted once in the past.
Oh, maybe.
For important or urgent pieces, continue to raise cases, work with support. They have the SLAs and they have the tools that they can act in a more appropriate time frame. And for feature suggestions or asks, we continue to request that you use user voice. And in fact, the send a suggestion will redirect you to user voice. We've had over 3,000 submitted ideas. Just under 10% of those have made it into Configuration Manager current branch. We've got 24 in active development, and it really is something that we take very seriously. Every release, we want to have at least a few things that have come from you, the customers, because we want to make sure that we're shipping something that not only we think is great, but something that you guys can use and gives you value as well. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Avi, who's going to talk about some of the things that we've added to Software Center that have come from your feedback through user voice.
All right, thanks very much. Also, thanks for sticking around. Much appreciated. My name is Avi, and I'm a program manager on the ConfigMan team. I own primarily applications and end user experiences, and we're going to talk about improvements that we have learned from you and we've implemented in these areas. Firstly, let's talk about Software Center. Our theme with Software Center has been customization. We want you to customize Software Center to your heart's content and allow you to tweak with the different settings that are available, options that are available in Software Center. So they include, I should show a demo actually, it might be faster. Here. So firstly, what you're going to see is in client settings, we have a new Software Center settings, if you will, where we click Customize. When I click Customize, we see that a Canadian program manager on our team may have used this for a bit. Let's start off with branding. So for those of you who have kept in touch with the historical evolution of Software Center, know that branding isn't necessarily new to SCCM. However, there was a dependency on Intune in the past. So you needed an Intune sub to put these branding settings in there. And then there was a user voice item that said, hey, can you please get rid of that dependency? And our answer was, sure, let's do it. And we have branding where you can specify your company name, a color, and a logo as well. So if I go and pick this up in Software Center, we see that we have branding over here, along with the preview up here. So the same preview you see here is going to be shown in Software Center. But coming up with more customizations, we allow you to select which tabs to expose to the end users. So for example, if you are an org where you don't want to show device compliance to the end users, remove this guy. My favorite customization here is the specify a custom tab for Software Center. What this does is it allows you to link a web page within Software Center. So if you have an internal software ordering portal that's on the internet, just specify it in Software Center and customize to your heart's content. Going back.
It also means I can finally check my email from Software Center.
5. Yep. No, that's good.
I keep loading a feed from another session, but I think we're good now.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Secondly, let's talk about some of the improvements we've made to the application approval process. This started out by a phenomenon that customers started calling collection explosion, and I'll give you an example of what this is. Admins create multiple collections for specific applications. For example, let's take an app like Office. They have an install collection, they have an uninstall collection, and they have 2 piloting rings or collections. It's not uncommon. But what happens is when you scale such a behavior across multiple applications, you have thousands of collections being created, and thus the performance of software delivery really goes down. We have tried fixing this by improving our approvals process, and I'm going to show you how. Now, keep in mind, there are 2 features here that we shipped out in the last 8 months or so, one of which is approving application requests for users per device, and secondly, uninstalling applications on approval revocation, and I'll explain what that is in a second. Check the scenario out. You deploy an application to all users through a user collection that requires administrator approval. Now, you enable this feature that we shipped in 1802 that says, enable this feature to approve application requests for users per device. Now, in the past, if an application was approved for a user, this user could go and install this application on every single device they had access to, which could cause some licensing issues if it's an expensive application. But now you can specify this specific setting for only that specific device. Now the user goes and requests this application from Software Center. You, the admin, approve. And then users can install this application from Software Center. But however, if you want to uninstall this application, just revoke the approval, and this application on the machine gets uninstalled. And thus, to just summarize, instead of managing thousands of device collections, you could hypothetically just deploy an application to all users and maintain, I don't know, a handful of user collections and just reduce your collection footprint and improve the performance of software delivery. And keeping in with the theme of approvals, we finally have email approvals. I know this was huge on yep.
You're welcome.
This was huge on user voice. I saw so many votes on that, and then I had MVPs come and bug me on the side. They're like, when are you going to get this in? The customers were requesting this. But we did ship our first release in the 1807 tech preview. We are still iterating on this. We love feedback. Consider any of these features that we've talked about in iteration mode, where we're going to always get our ears open and get some feedback and improve on it. But please do send us a smile. If you like it, send us a frown and tell us how to improve it. And with that, okay, who put that in there?
It's good advice for life, to be honest.
With that, I shall hand it off to Rob York to wrap this up. Thank you.
Thanks, Avi. Double round of applause for him getting it back on time as well. I think he deserves the applause for that. Okay, so there's a number of sessions that are going on throughout the week in various aspects of Configuration Manager, Intune, and device management in general. The one I really want to call out, well, actually, no, I want to call out mine again. So I'm on Wednesday at 12:45, I think it is. No, at 9 a.m. I need to get up earlier. Okay, so Wednesday at 9 a.m., I'm going to be talking with John Wilcox around the various aspects of both modern and traditional Windows 10 deployment. So expect some task sequences, expect some WDS Lux Pixie, expect some Windows Autopilot for existing devices. But the other one I want to call out is the fairly ambiguously named Config Manager Product Team Chalk and Talk on Thursday afternoon. What that really is an AMA. So there'll be everyone that's here on the front row, David James, our Director of Engineering, anyone else that's remotely connected to, yeah, you're on the front row, so you'll be there. We told you that when we told you could sit there, right? That was clear. Everyone from the SCCM engineering org, in fact, here he is, David James, Director of Engineering.
There he is.
Oh. I'm not kissing Doom. Just come on Thursday.
Wow.
Yep, bring your questions, bring yourselves.
Bring your hardest question.
We won't have any slides. It is completely down to the questions that come out in the room. We've done it before at MMS. We've done it for many years at an internal conference that we run twice a year. It's always very popular because it is your chance to ask anything. So it's on there as Chalk and Talk, but it's an AMA. So I imagine anyone in here would be well suited for it. So come along, bring your questions, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
So sorry we didn't get time for questions here, but we will hang out if you guys want to rush to the front and ask us after. And don't forget to fill out those evaluations as well. We love filling out evaluations.